Hello, great minds. Hope you're doing great today. I'm so excited to be with you once again. You're welcome. In case this is your first time, you're here for a ride. Yes, in this particular channel, we focus on growth and all-round growth, from your physical growth to your mental growth to your psych growth to your spiritual growth. And I would encourage you to go through this channel. We have playlists that have things organized for you, and you would find something that will make you a better person, and your spiritual relationship with God will be stronger. I assure you, by the mercies of God. Let me use Apostle Paul's language. He'd be like, I greet you in the name of the Lord. Greet Timothy and this. Greet the church in Corinth. Greet. So I bring greetings to you from the Reactivate Great Minds community. Yeah. So subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn on your notification so you get to know when we post new videos, and check here every Mondays. For the returning viewers, as usual, you're welcome. We really appreciate you. Thanks for being part of this community. For the past 3 weeks, this month of October, we are dealing with integrity. And I would encourage you, in case you have not seen the first two videos, please don't miss out. Go and watch those videos so that you can catch up with us where we are at. Here in this video, we are focusing on the 11 tenable excuses. The 11 tenable excuses. We have been using Joseph as our subject, as our reference point and everything, because we can relate with Joseph. All of us can relate with Joseph. Joseph was a young guy who had a dream, and we saw that at the end of the day, he lived and experienced the materialization of that dream. And you have a dream as you're watching me. Yes, your dream just flashed your mind now. Yeah. For some, we have dreams, but your dream just flashed your mind. Yeah, that person you hope to become, those things you hope to have. But the reason why we are doing this and the focus is integrity is because the quality of your life matters more than the quality of your life. I would say that again, and I would like you to pay attention and just focus and see where this is going. The quality of your life is more important than the quantity. The quantity can be those things you have itemized yearly. You put them in on paper, you put them on your vision board, you target and say, oh, this tick January, this tick February, this thing. How, the when, the aim, the how to go about it, the this and that, those, yes, all those things, are something that we look forward to. And most times you will notice that once you have something that you're targeting and you get it, you start looking for another. Yes, because human wants, as the economics we say, is insatiable. You cannot satisfy it. The moment somebody gets one thing, he looks for the next. He gets one thing. Some of the things you hope to achieve as a child, you have gotten some, but you're still looking forward to others. You got all, you're still looking forward to more. But in the process of bringing those things we have hoped that you have written down and that you have also hoped to achieve, bringing them to pass, working towards achieving them, as you do it, you are conscious of the fact that the quality matters. So it's not about how many you have achieved, how many you wrote down, and how many you have hit targets on, and how many. Yes, it's good to count and know, but those are quantities. Now the quality is you knowing the process of it, you doing what is right to get it. It is not about all the things that have been achieved, it's about how those things were achieved. Should I say that again? It is not about all the things that have been achieved in life. It is about how those things are being achieved, how they were achieved. Very, very important. Very, very important. That how is what determines the quality of your life. not the quantity. It determines the quality. The quantity is how many you have achieved. The quality is how you achieved those things you have achieved, and that is our focus. Because we live in a time where everybody just wants to get what they wrote on their list. Somebody like me, I don't always write on my list, but that is a story for another day. I already know, okay, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm set out to do. I already know it, but writing it down, no, we are all different. Some people can forget. Some people might say, oh, I will not be grateful to God. I wake up each day grateful. Every time I wake up, I'm grateful to God. So for some, they need it to be grateful to God. For some, they need it for measurement. For some, they need it for focus. It is also very important for focus, so that you don't just deviate and start doing anything anyhow. So for you saying, oh, I've achieved everything that I set out to achieve in this year, that is the quantity. The quality is how you are going about achieving it. Now, as I started this video, I said that the 11 tenable excuses. Now, going back to our focus, our subjects, and our point of reference, Joseph. Yes, he's our point of reference. He has been our point of reference. He, like I mentioned earlier, he had a dream like most of us, all of us, and then he also saw it materialize. I'm using him as a point of reference because he had a quality life, and the quality life is measured by the process that he went through to get there. Now, Joseph had opportunities to do what is wrong, and I'll tell you, and that is why I say 11 tenable excuses. Let's first of all, let me start, before I go to the level, let me start from the major one. The major one, and it's like the chief, I don't count that one as part of the 11 tenable excuses, right? Is the father of Joseph. Who is Jacob? Do you remember Jacob? Now, in case you don't really remember Jacob, or you're not sure of the Jacob we are talking about, maybe I should mention Esau, so that you don't remember Jacob. Okay, yes, now you remember. Yes, Esau and Jacob. When you look at Jacob is known as somebody that is tricky, like somebody that the brother asked for food, and he was like, give me your birthright. Knowing the kind of brother he has, and how that one doesn't take things seriously, and how that one doesn't mind, that one was kind of careless because they were together, he would have known this. He decided to use the opportunity to say, okay, give me your birthright. I was like, what is birthright? Take me, let me just eat now. That one did not even ask for food for the rest of his life. He just asked for only one place. He saw into the not right. Somebody that will ask for food, you'll be feeding me every morning, afternoon, and night for the rest of my life. If I give you my, at least that makes sense. That bargain would have made sense, even if it's not really make complete sense, but it would have been better. Now, let's also leave that apart and then go further. You remember how Jacob's mother helped him to take his brother's birthright. The prayer, when the father wanted to die, I was like, oh, go and get me a meal, let me eat, bless you all. The mother quickly went to arrange and everything. Now imagine that style. Remember the same Jacob that when he went to his uncle's place and he wanted the cow story, or cow or calf, or cattle, something like that, and he had to go and put colored one in front of the one that is pregnant, because he knows that the colored one, the one with spots, will be his. So he had to find a way to ensure that the one that is giving birth is seeing spot and giving birth, so that it will be his. The man, he has many skills. All of these skills were before Joseph, and Joseph never took any of it. When we talk about excuses, we have a lot of excuses. We live in an environment where values are no longer held in high esteem. Values are eroded. Like when you see what is going on and the mindset to what is going on, the level of acceptability, adaptability, and the level of indifference about the decadence of moral uprightness, it's alarming. It's alarming. And a whole lot of people allow themselves to be carried away, to be drawn away, to be lost in that. if you is living in an environment or staying around people and you feel that, oh, it's not my fault, is that excuse tenable? Look at Joseph. Look at his father. He didn't even take there's no place in the Bible where it was recorded that he took his father's style. No. So he had that major, this is his father that gave birth to, he had a major influential factor in his life, yet he tried as much as possible to do what is right. He tried as much as possible to stay in the game, even if it looks like the game was becoming so tough at a point in time. And also, even when it looked like it was time for enjoyment, it was time for freestyling when the Potiphar's wife came to him. So even when he saw somewhere he should take advantage, he still did not. He still stood for what is right. Like I mentioned in the last video, he said, will I do this and sin against God? That guy is something else, So that would have been an excuse. So my question to you is, what kind of home did you grow in? Who is your father? Who is your mother that did something and you feel like if they should do it, I should do it too? Oh, let me live my life as well. My mother, she lived her life. Let me live my life as well. When I'm of age, then I'll start putting things back together again. Man, can you actually put things back together? Would you have the time? Would you have the opportunity? Would you have the privilege to put things back together again? So it is the time, the right time to put things or start putting things back together is when? Now. So it doesn't matter if your biological father, has shown you example of things that are far from integrity. It doesn't matter. You have a choice to make. You have to decide, because at the end of the day, yes, options will be presented to you, but the decision point will land on your table last before approval is given. So it's on your desk. And at that point of decision, that is your point of choice. And so everything, that is why anything that happens to somebody, we don't totally blame outside. We'll somehow blame the person. Why? Because at the end of the day, you have a choice to make. Now, the 11 excuses are who? Let's not forget that Joseph had brothers. Let's count: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, and who again? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin. 11. He had 11 brothers. And those 11 brothers, we can say 10, we can say 10 and a half, because Benjamin's story not too clear, you understand? So those 10 and a half brothers, those brothers conspired to get him out of the way, conspired to ensure that his dream doesn't materialize. And so for somebody to conspire against his brother, not to talk of them together, coming together for one person, it shows you that their integrity is questionable. Now, those 11 brothers are the 11 tenable excuses that Joseph had. So Joseph would have said, oh, I had to sleep with Potiphar's wife because my elder brother had a kind of character. Or he did one thing like that. I had one of the brothers that had that trait. Or I fought with one servant and took his things because one of my brothers are like that. So he have 11 tenable excuses not to live with integrity or to fling his values out of the way. He had brothers that can conspire to say, do you know that at a point they conspired to kill him? Do you know? It was one of them. I think it was Reuben also that said, go and read the Bible. Bible story is very interesting. It was one of them. Go and read so that you'll be sure that me too, I'm correct. It was one of the brothers that said, no, let's not kill him. Let's, kill a goat, put on his body, tell our father that he's dead, those kind of things. So they, to that point of them killing him, do you understand? Those people have lost value. Do you understand? So Joseph had 11 tenable excuses. If he should take the trait of, and those were his elder brother, if he should take the excuse of one, or take the excuse of the second and the third, and he keep taking one one bad habit from each of them, he will be a confirmed bad guy. Like Joseph will be the baddest guy of the baddest guy of the baddest guy. Do you understand? Yes. But he did not. So he had 11 tenable excuses and he did not pick from that option. Instead, he chose to do what is right in the sight of God. That guy deserves a medal. Give him a medal. Yes. So my question to you is, what are your tenable excuses? Do you even have up to 9 siblings? For me, we are 6 in my family, and I think 6 is the highest number of children during my mother's time of giving birth. I don't think people give birth to more than 6. Okay, 7. I think I know somebody that gave birth to. I think I know somebody that gave birth to 8. Oh, let me not say 6 is the highest, please. Let me end it there. But what I mean is that you don't have so much of options to choose from, and say, oh, it's my elder brother that did this. It's my elder. Joseph had 10 and did not pick. And then he had his father. If you add his father, if you remove Benjamin, let's say Benjamin was so young, he had to follow along and everything. Now let's add his father, the chief father of conspiration, the chief father of Tony. So let's add the father to the 10, and that gives us 11. Joseph had 11 solid tenable excuses and did not choose from any of that option. What option are you choosing? These are people that are close to him, and you know the power of influence. Influence, especially when it comes from your home, is the strongest influence. People go out and by choice throw out whatever they learn at home. So you can unlearn, relearn. You can just choose. It all boils down to choice. So if he had this, how many siblings do you have? I know during my mother's days, they gave birth to 10, 11, 12, some family, depending on the kind of family that you're coming out from, they gave birth to a lot of children. So of course, people with different character, all of them will grow up differently and all that, but it all boils down to individual, what they choose to see, what they choose to pick, what they choose to run with, what they choose to focus on. And that, now I'm asking you that don't even have up to 12 or 11 siblings, that don't even have, up to that, who is influencing you. And then if you don't have that direct influence, or you have chosen to overpower the direct influence, then why should the society be able to drown you? Why should you throw yourself in the ocean of what is not? Because like I always say, everybody knows when they want to do something that is not right. They know, because their conscience is there. God created human and put that thing that would checkmate us, there. You don't have any excuse. Joseph had 11 tenable excuses and never picked from there. So I encourage you, do not allow what anybody. We are using Joseph, and I really want to dig deep inside and into Joseph, because it is even a close thing, from close to external. We started from the external, from the internal, we went through the external, we are back to the internal. So I'm begging you to do what is right, regardless of what anybody would do before you. Let your own be outstanding. Let your life be that of a quality one, not a quantity. See, forget about this. Let everybody celebrate their 10 cars that they buy. Glory to God. Hallelujah. They buy meat pie, we eat with them. But ensure that you, even if it's one you would get or two, you got it from a quality life. That the process is worth it. The process is what you can stand and share to inspire a younger person coming up, to inspire somebody that wants to give up out there, to inspire. And at the end of the day, when this world is over, because nobody is escaping this world alive, we are all going to be transitioned and transformed, to that more immortal nature where people will now live for the rest of their life. So you ensure that you're also considering life after earth. Do you know anybody that have died? It shows you that nobody stays in this life forever. So you have to ensure that you live a quality life, that you would be grateful that you did after you pass through this earth, after you have dropped this body and you get to God, and he would say to you, welcome, thou good and faithful servant. enter into the rest of the Lord. So integrity lies on you. No matter how many people are doing what is wrong, you have a choice to make. It is your decks that get that final approval to choose to accept or not to accept. What are your excuses? Are they tenable? If they are tenable, are they payable? What kind of life are you living? Is it of quantity or of quality? Yes, celebrate and be happy for those who write 20 things at the beginning of the year and achieve 30. If you would live your life in the right way, doing the right things, and you can achieve just two, you are successful. To God, that is good success. Yeah, I'll leave you with this, and I hope this, beyond what has been said, opens you up to becoming far more better person, and not just about you, for someone else who is watching to be exactly like you. Live with integrity. Integrity matters. Thank you for always being here. Feel free to share your opinion. Feel free to share your own concept. Feel free to share what you have learned. Feel free to share what you would like other people to also learn as per this topic. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Until we meet again, do have a great and a fantastic life ahead.